Okay, good morning. Welcome everyone. Today is Friday, the 11th day of Sivan. And we're continuing on chapter 3 of Shaar, Yichud, vEmuna. And we explained yesterday that in this chapter, the Alter Rebbe brings the understanding of the oneness of God to the next level. How everything is not only dependent on God to exist, but in a way, our existence is not really a real existence. And we give the example of the first step, the first level of understanding of our dependency in Hashem. So you think about an image that you see in a mirror. So obviously the image that you see in the mirror is not the real thing. It's not, you see a person in the mirror, you see yourself in the mirror. So it's not that you are in the mirror. The whole existence of the image is depending on the existence of the person, or a similar example of an image you see on a digital screen when you have a projector projecting an image. And so that is an example of understanding that our existence is just an existence that it depends every second that Hashem constantly making us exist. Once Hashem, if God does not, God forbid, have our existence, does not recreate us every second, then we would go back to nothingness like before the creation. But then Alter Rebbe went to the next level, explaining that not only are we not self-existing, but really our existing, the way we exist, is not a true existence. And we are completely, from the perspective of Hashem, we are completely nullified into Hashem's existence. So the example that he's going to use is the example of the sun light within the sun itself. So the question is, you can think about it like this. Obviously, when you look outside, you wake up in the morning, you see a beautiful day outside, you say, what a bright day, what a sunny day. So you enjoy the light of the sun. So this light of the sun, question, does it exist in the sun itself? Or does it start existing only once it goes out of the sun? So of course, in order to go out light from the sun, you have to have light within the sun. But in the sun, the light is completely nullified into the sun itself, into the luminary. And this is something that you can think in many different ways. And if any cause and effect, when you have a cause and effect, the effect is in the cause also. For example of a cause and effect. When you have emotions and logic. And logic is the cause. Effect, the emotions are an effect of the logic. When you understand a certain thing, the logic develops a feeling towards the thing what you understand. And the way you perceive it, you can develop a feeling, a positive feeling, a negative feeling. So the effect comes, the emotion comes from the logic. But the question is the logic, is the emotion in the logic? Within the logic, does logic carry within it emotions as well? And the answer is, of course, yes. Because otherwise there wouldn't be emotions. And the only question is, how revealed is it? If it's within the logic itself, the emotion is there, but it's in a concealed and nullified way to the logic. And so this is the example, just to understand the way the Alter Rebbe explains here, that the light of the sun, within the sun, it existed even in a greater, stronger way than outside. Obviously, the sun is millions of miles away from here. Here you feel it, and when it's in the sun, it's there in a more powerful way, but it is completely nullified within the existence of the sun. And the same thing, Alter Rebbe is going to explain that this is the idea that when we're saying that Hashem creates us, and we are existing, but the way we exist within Hashem, we exist but in a way that we're completely nullified. And this is the idea when we say, Ein od milvado, there's nothing else but Hashem. So again, this is a concept that is a very basic, fundamental concept in Chassidus, that we train ourselves to pump it in and to get used to thinking that way. Because when you get to think that way, that your existence is not a real existence, you're within the existence of Hashem, except that Hashem gave us this feeling of existing. And yes, we are existing because Hashem created us, but the whole existence within Hashem, we are completely nullified. And therefore, we live for Hashem, and we do everything the way Hashem designed us to do. Yes, He designed us to face challenges as well. But knowing that, having that deep understanding, helps us to realize that every morning when we wake up and say, there's another day, Hashem brought us here again. And He gives us everything to be able to go through the day with success. So let's see inside where the Alter Rebbe explains. Says the Alter Rebbe, v'amashal. V'amashal is a oira shemesh, ameir la'oretz v'ladorim. An illustration of this is the light of the sun, which illumines the earth and its inhabitants. Shehu ziv ve'oira mispashet miguf hashemesh v'nira le'ein koil. This illumination is the radiance and the light which spreads forth from the body of the sun and is visible to all. Meir ala oretz v'bachalal ha'olam. Is visible to all as it gives light to the earth and the expanse of the universe. This is the Alter Rebbe. Ze pashut. She'oyer v'ziv hazeh yeshnoi gam ken beguf v'choimer kadru hashemesh atzmei shebashamayim. Now, this is obvious that this light and radiance is also present in the very body and matter of the sun globe itself in the sky. And that is very obvious. because if it can spread forth and shine such a great distance, millions and millions of miles away, then certainly it can shed light in its own place. However, רק ששם במקומי ממש נחשב הזיו הזה לעין ואפס ממש. It says there, in its own place, this radiance is considered naught and complete nothingness. כי בוטל ממש במציאוס לגבי גוף כדור השמש. Because it is absolutely non-existence in relation to the body of the sun globe, which the sun, this is the source of this light and radiance. Says inasmuch as this radiance and light is merely illumination which shines forth from the body of the sun globe itself. Okay? It says, since the sun's light is merely an illumination deriving from the sun, it is in a state of complete nothingness while it is found within the sun globe itself. One cannot say that within the body of the sun there is sunlight. Only the sun itself is found there. So where does the sunlight come? Only outside of the sun. So the sunlight is there, but it's completely nullified within the sun, in the sun globe itself. רק בחלל העליון, תחת כל השמיים ועל הארץ, שאין כאן גוף כדור השמש במציאות. It is only in the space of the universe, under the heavens and on the earth, where the body of the sun globe is not present. And all that is in is but an illumination that emanates from it. Therefore, so that this light and radiance appears to the eye of all beholders to have actual existence. And here the term existence, yesh means existence, it is here, yesh, that can truly be applied to the sun when it's outside of the sun, when it's here. כשהוא במקורו, בגוף השמש, אין נופל עליו שם יש, כלל, רק שם עין ואפס. Whereas when it is in its source, in the body of the sun, the term existence cannot be applied to it at all. It can only be called not and non-existence. כי באמס הוא שם העין ואפס ממש. Because there, it is indeed not an absolute non-existence. שאין מאיר שם רק מקור לבדי. Because there, in the sun, only its source, שהוא גוף השמש, המאיר, which is the luminous body of the sun, that gives light, ואפס בלעדי. And there's nothing besides it that exists in the sun. Yeah, so to sum up, it says, although the sun's rays are surely found within the body of the sun, but they cannot be said to exist there. Meaning to exist as a separate entity. It doesn't exist in the sun as a separate entity. There, they are found there in a manner of non-existence, which is, something that you have to wrap your head around. What does it mean? It's there, it exists in a manner of non-existence, in a state in which their separate identity is utterly nullified. That which can be deemed to exist within the sun globe can be nothing other than the sun itself. So the same thing is about us with Hashem. that if Hashem is everywhere, if God is everywhere, that means Hashem's existence is here. Can we be considered existing if Hashem is here? In that sense, absolutely not. But yet Hashem made all of these tricks of having contracted and removing his light to the point that we should feel ourselves as self-existing. That is the amazing trick that Hashem is able, and only Hashem is able to do, because he is not limited in finite or infinicy. Because being infinite in a way is also limiting. Because when you're saying something is infinite, you're saying that it's not finite. So there's missing fineness in here. So when we're saying Hashem is here, is giving us the abilities to feel existing, is because Hashem is not limited with the infinity. It's beyond finite and infinity. So that's the end of today's share. It's something to think about, but again, to think about it in a way, in a positive way, in an empowering way, realizing that our existence is Hashem's existence, and therefore, wake up in the morning, thanking Hashem right away, that He gives us life, gives us another day, and therefore, we're going with happiness and joy to fulfill Hashem's mission, our mission that Hashem gives us in this world, and we do it with much pride and much joy and much success. So thank you for joining. Any questions?